This
Just
is
kept
for
going.
Duke.
This is for
This is
Duke.
for
This
Duke, and this is for the good old you.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of lines that I still use. Annie's disease was and there was
That's an order.
we all go home or nobody
Nobody
goes home. And don't ever let your enemy eat your breakfast. Which I've always wanted to use with Wheaties because I grew up on Wheaties. But anyway, yeah, it's been a great time, and I hope it continues. I hope that we can get back in the saddle with Hasbro and do some more things with them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question.
Thank you. Good question.
Yes, sir.
How did you get the job in G.I. Joe?
A friend of mine had a friend that worked at Hasbro, and they just got to talking one time and talking about bringing somebody in to be a real live character, which Hasbro actually looked at attentively and very diligently, because gentlemen at your age need heroes to look up to, and I think they looked at taking somebody out of the real life existence and picked me. Basically, they didn't pick me. My friend picked me to go to Hasbro to promote, to be that person, and so we had this big meeting up in Pawtucket. I had a camouflage limo at the time, and we drove up there with the flags on the front of it, and got out and marched into the Hasbro offices in Pawtucket, and sat down and had quite a lengthy meeting and some lunch. And just before we left, I said, just look at me as being the real live G.I. Joe. And because I really was, I was in the military. I was, I loved my country, and I believed in everything I say. So I don't use drugs. I very seldom drink. I don't smoke, and so I was kind of the perfect character. So they never had to worry about, at an airport or somewhere, seeing Sgt Slaughter laying in a gutter, or being caught with steroids or drugs of any sort. And to this day, if I see a child at a restaurant and I have a glass of wine, I actually have the waiter take it away, because I still feel that image is good. And not that I think drinking is bad, but it's something that it doesn't have to be flaunted in front of children. They say, well, you're not in your character. I'm always in character. You can't hide this. I came up here yesterday with a blue sweatsuit on and a Titleist golf hat, and everybody in the airport recognized me. I was trying to sneak in as a tourist, and told them I was going to a hockey game last night. And, oh yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead. So it's just something that I have my own children that have grown up now, and I have granddaughters, and I still, want to make a good image. And I really think, and I said this to Hasbro and to another sit-down question-answer group, that if they can't use me, or if they don't pick me to be that hero that's a real-life character, get somebody. I don't know if it's somebody that was just in the movie or not, because I don't know any of those. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know if any of those characters could, become a spokesperson for them, but they need somebody that can go out and do these types of things. Right now for the WWE, I go to children's hospitals, I go to veterans hospitals, I go to golf tournaments, I travel around the country representing the WWE. At the same time, I'm representing Hasbro and G.I. Joe, because wherever I go, that's what I'm known as. So I have WWE on one side, and I have G.I. Joe on the other, and I'm just kind of a walking billboard, basically. And but I promote good, I don't promote bad, and it's a good image. And I just hope that they'll consider, asking again, or thinking of a way to bring Sgt Slaughter back into the storyline. sorry I couldn't have been in the movie. That would have been a good. They wanted me to, but the WWE or Jax, basically, Jax is the one that stopped it. Now Jax is finished. Mattel's coming in, and I have an appearance out in California with Mattel in October. So I'm going to sit down with them and just say what happens. You know, what if Hasbro comes to me and since I'm not employed actually by the WWE, I give them the right to use my name. We sign contracts, and as long as I allow them to use my name, they can make action figures. But I want to have the right to tell Hasbro to do the same thing. So that was a good question. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, sir. Well, you almost answered the question, but I will ask it anyway. Sorry for the accent. I'm from Finland.
Okay.
No, I'm from Quebec. So the question is how was it to be personified in the cartoon as a god? Because you were almost destroying Cobra Tank with your bare hand.
Yes. Yes.
How is it the morning you wake up and the Saturday morning you listen to that and you see yourself destroying Tank with your bare hand? Was it over the top? How did you feel?
It was really a great feeling to see how they took the characters. All I saw was storylines, storyboards,
okay.
colored sheets of paper. I never saw the actual cartoon put together. As anybody that knows in that line of business, it takes months to do all that. Sunbow Productions did the cartoon, the animated series, and I would go in and do my voice, but I never saw it.
Okay.
I just saw the storyline, and they would say, here's where you're going to be, what kind of condition you're going to be in, who you're going to be fighting, and we want you to do line after line after line. You know, I was in this little cubicle. The time I left there, my head was like boom, 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 because there's just screaming. Some of my lines I had to scream at the top of my lungs, do it 20 times. You know, so. But to see that, and unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I'm very blessed to have two daughters. But if I would have had a son, it might have meant something more. Not meant. It would have probably had a different meaning for me if I would have had a son to say, look, you know. But my daughters weren't, you know, into G.I. Joe. They were the Barbies and My Little Pony and things like that. So. But for all the people, all my relatives and friends that had children, and little did I know that girls actually liked G.I. Joe also, because they had women in the show, and some of their heroes were like Lady Jane and some of the other characters in G.I. Joe.